welcome back. Now today we're going to be doing word formation, okay, something a little bit different, and we're going to look at the rules and the patterns for this. And you may find it a little tricky at the beginning, but little by little, as we do more and more of these little lessons, you're going to find it easier.
As I mentioned before, this is an area that you really have to work hard on, and you have to build it up gradually, and it's going to really help you to expand your vocabulary. The spelling here is really, really important. So we're going to have to look first at prefixes, and I want you to think if there are any rules for when we use the different prefixes for adjectives. So here you've got a list of words. Can you think of any rules? In general, there are a few rules. For example, literate starts with the word L. Now, a lot of adjectives that start with L, the negative is with illiterate. Okay. Similarly, relevant starts with R, and the rule here in general is we use irrelevant. Patient, okay, another rule, usually it's impatient. So those are three rules. Now, they're nice rules, but of course there are exceptions, so be very careful. So you are going to do this little exercise here where you have to put the opposites. And then, okay, we're going to move on to the next exercise, which is some more prefixes, and you're going to think about what the meaning of these prefixes is. So we've got counterproductive. Imagine I say, you know, the government brought in some policies that turned out to be counterproductive. What would this mean? Well, it would mean that they went against what the government really wanted to do, and maybe they had a bad effect on the economy. So have a look at these and think about what they mean. We're then going to look at suffixes, looking at nouns. Now there are some typical noun suffixes. You can see them here. Shun, ation, shun, ness. Okay, these are the typical ones. But here we've got an adjective, kind. I'm going to change it into a noun. Okay, so what would the noun of kind be? Well, the noun would be kindness. Okay, so kindness is a very important quality in a person. Then you've got like confident. Okay, that's an adjective. What is the noun? Well, the noun is confidence. Confidence is really important if you're going for a job interview. So you're going to look at those words and try and make them into nouns. And then we've got a few nouns that don't really follow the same rule. All right, they're a bit more like irregular nouns. So we're going to have a look at those as well. These are really typical ones that come up in the Cambridge First exam. So you've got choose. What is the noun of choose? Choice. Okay, choice, C-H-O-I-C-E, choice. There wasn't a lot of choice of different meals in the restaurant, okay, it was a bit limited. And then you've got true. What is the noun of true? Well, the noun is truth. Telling the truth is really important, okay? You shouldn't tell lies, you should tell the truth. Moving on to adjectives, typical adjective suffixes. We've got able, able, yeah, why. And we've got some words here. So we're going to change these into adjectives. Fog, yeah, so maybe you go out in the winter in your car and it's a bit dangerous because there is a lot of fog. The conditions are, what is the adjective? Foggy. Okay, remember we're going to put a double G there because we've got consonant, vowel, consonant. Foggy, F-O-G-G-Y. Create. Okay, to create, what is the adjective? A person who likes creating things. Creative. Okay, a very creative person. So my mother is very creative. She loves painting. Then we've got verbs, typical verb suffixes. Here you've got those. So we've got some words. How can we make these into verbs? Now, we've got wide. Maybe the road is very narrow, the opposite of wide. We need to make it so that it's not narrow. So what is the verb? We're going to widen the road. We're going to make it wider. So that's one way of making a verb, okay, from this adjective. Behavior is a noun, but we can make that into a verb by just putting an E on the end. Behave, B-E-H-A-V-E. So you're going to have a look at those and make those into verbs. Then we have adverbs. Now, adverbs, as you know, we normally put the suffix ly to make an adverb. For example, slow, slowly, quick, quickly. That's the normal way to make an adverb. But there are a few tricky ones, okay? So hard. Now, this is a tricky one because it's got two forms. You could say the boy worked really hard, and that would be an adverb. He's a hard worker is an adjective, and he worked really hard is the adverb. But there's also an adverb with hard, which does have ly, but it has a different meaning. So for example, I've got hardly any money. What does that mean? It means that I have very little money, not much, yeah? So these are different ones. So have a think about what is the adverb of these words here. When you've done all those exercises, you're going to do the final one, which is you've got some sentences and you've got to put the right form of the word in the sentences. So you've got an example here. It is to park on a double yellow line. Okay, so in the street you can't park your car on a double yellow line. If you do, the police will give you a fine. So the word is legal, and you've got to put the opposite. Now you know the rule. The rule is with L, usually adjectives starting in L, take ill, illegal. So it's going to be illegal. It is illegal to park on a double yellow line. I think top football players are pay. Now here, you have to think of top football players. They earn a lot of money. So maybe you think this is kind of wrong. Can you think of an adjective which would mean that they're paid too much? Okay, so have a look at those. You've got all the answers at the end. So I hope this has been useful. And as I say, you know, it's a hard topic, word formation, but you'll find that little by little, I'm going to be slipping in these lessons on word formation, and little by little, you're going to really say, wow, yeah, I'm getting better at this. It's becoming automatic. It's something that you just have to go click, 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 and you're there. You've got the word. So, but it does require work. It's not, you know, it's not just straightforward. You have to sort of really, really practice. Okay. So good luck with all of that.